Okay, so welcome to the second class. The second class is about connectors. Connectors are called. This is the second class about connectors, and here and we have in this class we're going to talk about conjunctions, different kinds of subordinating conjunctions, correlative conjunctions, and finally the conjunctive adverbs. We're going to be going through them in a very simple way. Let's talk about first the subordinating conjunctions, right? I have a list of subordinating conjunctions, and well, we have here after, which you know, right? Después, although, though, and as though. You can think of them as aunque, because, porque, before, antes de que, right? Even if, aún si, right? If, si, conditional, right? If only, si tan solo, or si solo, si solamente. Once, una vez, but this once is a sequence connector. It doesn't mean like I went to the movies once. This is not this case. This is the once that is similar to after. Like once you finish your homework, you can go to the park, right? Una vez termines tu tarea, puedes ir al parque. That's what it means. Once, una vez, as a connector, right? Rather than, en vez de, since, puesto que, right? Or debido a que, because this is a connector, not an adverb. As an adverb is desde, right? We've been working since January. That's an adverb. Desde enero, right? But this is, since you don't have the money, I will have to return the merchandise. Puesto que tú no tienes el dinero, right? You got it? Okay, this is unless, a menos que, right? And while, mientras, which is a conditional connector, right? As an adverb is mientras yo voy al supermercado, while I go to the supermarket. Well, it works that way. Like I can help you while you get the money. Yo te puedo ayudar mientras consigues el dinero, right? It's kind of the case. These are subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions are very simple, are very useful. These are not the only subordinating conjunctions. There are some more, but these ones here are very useful for you to learn. Okay? Now let's talk about the correlative conjunctions. Correlative conjunctions are called correlative because they are related. They work by pairs. If you use one, you have to use the other one. For example, not only but also. In Spanish it means no solo, sino que también. And they go together. If you use no solo, you have to say sino que también. You see, something you have to do. She's not only intelligent, but also beautiful. Ella es no solo inteligente, sino que también es bella, right? They're correlative. They work together. That's correlative conjunctions. This one's very good. Now, either or. Bien sea o. You can have either the chicken salad or the chicken wings with this menu. You have two options. You have to choose from those two options. You cannot have two options. You need one of two. Neither nor, in Spanish we say ni. You can have neither the chicken salad nor the chicken wings with this menu, which means both options are negative, right? You cannot have both options. ni. And they go together. That's the trick about correlative conjunctions. If you use one, you have to use the other one, because that's the whole trick. We have a big group of conjunctive adverbs. The conjunctive adverbs, they're a bunch, a huge number of conjunctive adverbs, and here we have some of them divided into groups. The first group is the addition conjunctive adverbs. These are adverbs, connectors that you can use to add more information, like also, then, besides, furthermore, moreover, or to. Those are good connectors if you want to talk about addition, if you want to add more information in your sentence. Now, comparison connectors. Also, in the same way. Likewise. Likewise means in the same way. It's the same thing. Similarly. Okay, they can help you to compare one thing with another, to compare two pieces of information in a sentence. We have contrast. In the group of contrast, we have this group which is very cool. We said before in the class before that you could use but for a contrast. Well, these are other connectors that you can use when you talk about contrast. Despite that, a pesar de que, right? In spite, a pesar de, right? However, sin embargo, nevertheless, it's the same however. In contrast, instead, en vez de. On the contrary, otherwise, de otra manera, and less, a pesar de. Here we have a group that talks about sequence. This can help you organize the information in time. For example, you have afterward, which is similar to after, right? You can say luego, después, right? Next, siguiente, or yeah, el próximo, right? As long as, mientras tanto, mientras, right? Which will help you to make timelines that happen at the same time. Meanwhile, mientras tanto. At last, al fin, earlier. Más temprano, which means before, right? Formerly is antes, right? Formerly. Eventually, eventualmente, or con el tiempo, right? Finally, very easy. Lately, últimamente. Since then, desde entonces, until, hasta que. So far is hasta ahora, which is a synonym of until now. And when, cuando, which is used for a sequence. You can say, you can go out when you finish your homework, which will give you a sequence of time. It's also a conditional, but it'll give you a condition of right? First is this, second is that. This is a small group of emphasis. If you want to create emphasis in a sentence, you can say certainly, ciertamente, indeed, which is the same. In fact, de hecho. That's very cool to use, in fact, because you want to give a piece of information that is important, and of course, por supuesto. Those are good connectors for emphasis. And this is the last group, summary group. If you want to summarize, if you want to conclude what you're saying, if you're writing and you're writing a conclusion, these are good connectors to use all together, finally, in conclusion. In other words, in short, in simpler terms, or therefore. Therefore is por lo tanto, right? Those are connectors that you can use to summarize your information. So it's a good group of connectors. I hope you can learn them all and you can use them all. I know that you will find them all in texts in different readings, and of course a lot of videos, so it's good if you learn them. But I learned them very well for your test, so I wish you the best luck with your test.